Welcome back, soul brothers and sisters, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of A Conversation Between Soul Brothers, where we talk about issues facing our community and beyond. I'm your grateful soul brother, Sherrod Cohen, and I'm joined by my soul brothers, Will B and Bo, and Phil to be with us next week. What it do, my brothers?
What's that?
What it do, man?
Okay, we're going to make this straight to the point. Men aren't supposed to be happy in marriage. It's just another duty to complete the cycle of manhood.
Who said that lie? That's what I want to
Absolutely.
know.
Okay, so I was looking at some videos of young ladies talking, and it's like, hey, where are the men that just basically go to work, come home, get a check, stop crying about, what's going on in life, and just live? Basically that's what the compilation of videos was about. Men, they said men don't men anymore. We're too busy complaining about our emotions, and we want to be heard, and this, that, and the other. Where are all the men that just go to work and come home and basically just shut the fuck up?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that's what they. So we supposed to be emotionless. They want robots.
Right.
Until they get it.
Never satisfied. Some women never satisfied.
Some, yeah.
Because I think that's those women that didn't have the guidance or the example of what womanhood is or what the femininity is that's going to keep a man and attract a man,
Right.
But these old self-taught grown women learning off peer input and not getting any guidance, developing from trial and error without any guidance or instruction. They coming up with some, I think that is crazy to think that we don't have feelings as men,
Yeah.
and that we want, just to go and do that and provide. No, everything is an exchange. It's a duality.
Right.
The universe is based upon dualities. As above, so below, as within, so without. It's a fair exchange.
Mm-hmm.
So come on, ain't no man just going to want to just be married and just so he can say he have a wife. It has to be something reciprocal. And not an intelligent man. That's what I feel. Not a man with some self-awareness or common sense.
Well,
That's just my take.
no, hey, Will.
uh, don't know, man. Don't know, man. Want that, man? Don't know what this world is coming to, where they feel like a man is just not supposed to be a man. We don't complain, and when we are complaining, it's for a reason.
Yeah.
Something is going on that we need to address, so we address it. But then when we address it, we come off as sassy. We come off as what's the word? I know they call it sassy, but it's a word I can't think of right now. But when we do address it and speak our mind, that's what the lady said. Oh my God, you sassy, you this, you that.
Yeah.
Why are you like this? Because something is happening in the relationship that I need to bring to your attention, but you don't want to take the time to acknowledge what it is that is on my mind. So, with that being said, that's what goes on. Uh, we we are not hard men. We want certain things in the life just as you ladies do. So all we ask is that you respect us, give us the opportunity to be vulnerable, and don't use our vulnerability against us.
Yeah.
And what was it again, Sherrod? Repeat what it is that we're talking about, man, because I don't want to go off topic.
Oh, well, basically just saying men are not supposed to be happy in marriage. Marriage is just another part of the cycle of manhood for us.
No. Yeah, men want to be happy as well. I don't
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
where that comes from. that happy life, happy wife shit, or happy wife, happy life shit is bullshit. It's
Yeah.
happy us. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? Because it takes,
happy spouse, happy house.
that's what I say, happy spouse,
Yeah.
happy house. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes two. No man wants to be out here not happy being in a relationship. That's an oxymoron, man.
Yeah.
We do this for a reason because we see something and potential in you. Again, conversation we had last week. We see something in you that makes us want to be with you, and we enjoy that the time that we have with you. So if we're spending time with you, a lot of times we are happy because we long to be with that person and want to be around that person. When we're unhappy, we distance ourselves. And y'all be
Yes.
thinking, what's going on? But we in our
Yeah.
basement,
Yeah.
we care two shits about what's going on in your life because we're unhappy.
Right.
We're still doing the things that need to be done around the household. But when we truly unhappy, sometimes y'all don't even know because y'all don't even paying enough attention to us to
Yeah.
know that we are
Yep.
unhappy. And
Yep.
that's
Yep.
on the real. So, yeah, we distance ourselves. We may go play ball with the guy. We may go in the basement. We may do some stuff around the house because we limited ourselves towards you because we are unhappy. So, work with us, not against us. I say that all the time. Just
Well,
I don't know what's going on in this world where they just think, man, they're supposed to just walk around with no feelings at all.
Yeah.
They want us to be robots.
They want us to be monolith, what they
Yeah,
say, just one aspect. We're supposed to be simple. We're not simple. That's what they want us to be. We're not simple. We just don't have the emotional complexities that they have. We have more of a logical standpoint. It got to make sense to us. you know, if, if it makes sense to us, we're like, okay, we ride with it. You
yeah,
know, but a lot of times they just, you know, I think sometimes grown women get stuck in that daddy mode when they want to look for a father figure in their husband and
yeah.
wants to be spoiled, want to feel like they look. My daughter said that to me once before. Like she had a moment where she wants to be daddy's little girl again. It just feels good to not to have to think about anything because daddy's here. And I think some women have that same thing, and it's like, hey, no, I'm not your daddy. I'm your partner. You
Yeah,
know, you
mhm.
know. Come on, this is a team effort. And but I think that's what they look for. They just want to be oblivious to the realization of the problems in day to day life and let somebody else handle it. Like okay, he got it. That's why you see some women talking about, I want a man to plan. I want him to do this. I don't want to think about that. Nah. Hey, you my partner, intelligent man. If you're my partner, I need your opinion. We're gonna have to some dialogue. I'm just gonna not go run off and do anything without having you taking into consideration what you might feel about it because that's not what a partner is supposed to be. Like I said, it's a team effort. You have to consider and consult with your teammate to make sure you're
Right.
making the best decision for the team. you know and sometimes they don't want to be the teammate. They okay with just riding the bench. Go ahead, coach. you know Go ahead, coach. I don't want to play this quarter. That's what I think. That's what they want us to be like. Do just keep on plugging. Nah, man, I'm not. I can't do that. Well, I want you to value my opinion like I value yours. I want you to consider my input. My happiness matters. My comfort matters, just like I consider yours. And nah, that's no, we just not a next step in manhood as being a husband and that's it. Uh,
yeah, for
And you know
sure.
what? I think a lot of men on the internet are a big reason for this way of thinking too, because in their attempts to gain a female following, they're just spewing out anything they can to appease and pander to certain groups of women, right?
Yeah,
So they'll tell them, hey, your man should treat you like X, Y, and Z. A man's job is this, this, this. And they're always laying out, it's so funny that feminism want to destroy gender roles until it's convenient for a woman to use gender roles, right?
yeah.
And
Say again.
And the crazy thing about it is you do have these dudes out here that pander to women to grow a female following because, hey, we all know females are the biggest consumers of stuff
Everything.
out here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and all you got to do a lot of times is tell them what they want to hear, and you'll have a following, right? And when you telling them, hey, no, you don't have to do anything. A man should be the one to pick you up, pick the date, plan it, plan everything. And it's like, okay, hold on, wait a minute. What do a man get out of it?
Yeah.
So when women when they complain about, I've never personally heard or know any man that will ask this question. What do you bring to the table? I don't know any man that actually asks that. To me, it's a dumbass question because I'm going to take my time to get to know you, to see what you actually bring. But they have to understand now, if you're demanding all these things of me, then I have to know, what do I get out of this? And please don't tell me sex. Please don't tell me your companionship. Because I can just go out and randomly get sex from somebody. I can have companionship with anybody. If this is, in fact, a team and we're going to grow and build a legacy together, we got to both pull. And me not being happy in a marriage, that's going to destroy this marriage eventually.
Yeah. Yep.
Just like if she's unhappy.
Yes,
we got to have this constant communication with one another. We need to check on each other's mental state. We can basically see somebody's physical state. We can't see their mental state or their spiritual state.
No doubt.
So if we can sit down and have those hard grown-up conversations without having, attitudes towards it, and just say, hey, you know what? Hey, I'm not happy. Why aren't you happy? Boom.
Yeah.
A, B, and C. Boo, 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 boo. And then that person should be able, like if my lady come to me and say, baby, you're not doing woo, 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 woo. Okay, bam. So there must be a reason why I'm not doing those things.
Yeah.
And then I should be man enough or mature enough to say, these are the reasons why I'm not doing this. And then we have these constant. I think it's a healthy thing to have a round table with your partner every month or however many times y'all think it is. Hey, sit down and talk. Hey, babe,
reconnect.
how's everything going?
Yeah.
Let's kick it.
No
Let's talk.
Yeah. Have a relationship checkup.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yep, a relationship health check.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And how's your mental lately? Because things be going on in the family. Sometimes people hold that stuff in, and it affects the relationship because they got so many things going on within the dynamic of the family. The mother, the uncle, the cousin, things are going on, and that affects sometimes. They don't talk about it. They holding it in. You sit down and say, hey, I know there's some few things going on, and you're like, talk to me. How's your mental? What's going on with you?
How can I help?
If you can't talk to me right now, do we need to consult therapy for you?
Yeah.
Those are the things that we need to do as men or as a relationship person. Y'all in a relationship together, have these conversations like Bo said, like Sherrod said. Let's have a mental health checkup once a month or every few weeks or so to see what's happening in life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes us as men, we don't talk about what's going on in our life.
We just handle it.
We got the work hustles, we got the life hustles. The bills are coming up, and we got we got to make sure we on top of that. And some of us are not budget friendly. So that finances get in your head, man. Okay, I got to be on top of that. Sometimes you just need to stop for a minute, talk it out, because your lady may be better at finances than you. Maybe you need that help. You know what I'm saying? And she may be able to budget that thing out for you and go, oh, damn, I never even looked at it like that. They want men to do everything sometimes, but some of us have never been raised to do finances, let alone run a household. We've seen it a little bit, but back in our day, it was like stand in a child's place. You got food on the table, you got clothes on your back, you getting where you need to be. Don't worry about what the adults do. Just know that you have it.
Yeah.
That's how we was raised. We didn't get no financial training. We didn't get no type of training to say, hey, this is how you do things. This is how you run a household.
Question.
Yes, sir.
So, piggybacking off what you just said, so is it safe to say that as boys, we were taught to just grow up, get a job, be responsible, take care of your family? It wasn't really any instructions on how to do this. We were just told what to do, and we basically saw our fathers or our father figures do
Yeah.
whatever they did, and we just emulated it.
Yep.
Yep.
And figure
Yep.
it out, and then
Yep.
ask questions as you go. But as you got older, you found out, well, I can figure it out on my own.
Yeah.
But that's exactly what happened in life for most men, man. Honestly.
Hmm.
And a lot of times, like you say, we we learn good hands-on, or we observe by example. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? We have somebody that we gonna grasp to. It's gonna because I know as far as young boys, we always, if the father figure's not in the home, it's some man that we gonna gravitate to,
There
some
you go.
man that we gonna always like, dang, and
Yeah.
that's who we're gonna put as our example in our mindset, like, dang, that's who I want to be like. Even if it's, it might be a celebrity that you might get that intent that might have some traits that you might want to like, dang, I like that guy. Or you see him in the hood, or you see him at school, and you're like, dang, I like that guy. And you emulate those traits. You see the traits of manhood in certain people as a young man. And that's what, we strive, we'll try
Oh,
to emulate.
okay, Bo, hold on. You just said something now. You just said something. You just said you see the guy in the hood, and then you figure like that's the kind of guy that you want to be, right? That's be it good or bad.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah,
Yeah.
see
but
him as the
yeah,
kind of
yeah, yeah,
man
you're
you
right.
want to be,
You're right. You're
Yeah.
right.
right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
just take the just take the neighborhood drug dealer, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He don't have to be a slimy dude, bummy dude. He could be charismatic, smooth, and the whole
Yeah.
nine
Yeah,
yards.
yeah,
In your eyes, I'm gonna be like him, man, because he got all the girls, got all the respect. The guys run to him, this and that and the other. It seems like he doing his thing. And that might be this young man's example right there, because he doesn't have a live-in father or any male around that can give him the proper guidance. So basically, we got a bunch of young men out here that are seeing men on the outside and trying to emulate them because there's
Yep.
nobody internally in the house.
yeah,
Because hey, gotta realize a lot of these women are trying to raise children, young boys on their own.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So now
Yeah.
And I'm just,
when you hit the block, who do you see?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. You're right.
No doubt.
I'm just going off my experience, 'cause that's how I viewed it.
Okay.
I wasn't a fan of the rah guy in in the hood. I was always a fan of the low key, in charge, laid back, calm brother, or
No.
calm fathers, or the mature men in the neighborhood. Like, yeah, they got it under control. I wasn't a fan of the rah guy, because I had that already. I
Right.
had that
Okay.
in the women around me. All that rah like, why y'all got to be, communication don't have to be like that.
No
So,
doubt.
I feel as though you come to a certain point, you might get your little breadcrumbs from different avenues, like you say, good or bad, Rob. Could be the dope dealer in the hood, could be the father of four down the
Yep.
street.
No
Yep.
But you
doubt.
get to a point in your life as a man, you are responsible for the conscious decisions you make as far as how you want to move, you know, how you want your life to go. And
Yes, sir.
I believe we've all come to a point where it's like we could have went down this, like we came to that crossroads and we like, man, no, I ain't with that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this. Or if you a knucklehead, you could have been like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna go run and do. I want to be. I'm doing that. You know, but we have our own choices to make, and then I think for men that want to be husbands, we don't want to be robot husbands. That ain't what
Right.
marriage is to us. That ain't what marriage. The sanctity of marriage has portrayed itself to be with us. It's always been a give and take. The Huxtables. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Look at it.
Go back
Yeah.
to the classic example for a lot
Yeah.
of
For
us.
sure.
You know what I'm saying? Shoot, Claire was that deal.
No doubt.
Yeah, I had all of us looking for a Claire Huxtable, even though, hey.
that
I mean, go
hey,
far as back as the Jeffersons, man.
Yeah, right,
Weezy
right.
wasn't, but Weezy was
Yeah,
taking care of that
yeah.
house. George was doing his thing,
Yeah, George was, hey,
So
hustling, doing his thing.
so we had some examples.
Yeah,
It's about what it is that you want to do.
yeah.
You know,
We don't want to come home. We never want to come home to no whole bunch of extra stuff for no woman. You want to come home to an appreciative woman, you know? if we want the rewards, that's why we work hard. The
Mm-hmm.
rewards is the love we get from our mate and our kids.
Yeah,
You know,
man.
so if
That's
it's
why
not
it's
getting
all
the
done.
yeah, that's why we do it.
Yeah.
To get the appreciation, admiration, and love. You know, from the family.
Yes,
We
sir.
True. So that's what encourages us. That's what motivates us. Uh, yeah, I miss, hey, I think about when I was a young father and I was down at Fort Hood. I had my stepdaughter, Brittany. She was maybe 4 or 5, and my son was probably about 2 or 3. I used to come home from base, I go to boxing practice after, get out my, do my drills and stuff, go home. And the way I just had a flashback of both of them running to me, when I come through the
Yeah.
door, you know what I'm saying? Little kids. And I'm like, man, I'm 20, 24, 25, and I got 2 kids. I'm still a kid myself. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
Yeah.
I think back to that good feeling, Brittany, hey, China Don, kiss her, and my son, Monster. That little joker, stop. you know, that little stuff, those memories, man, and those are the rewards and the
Man,
that we
Absolutely.
that
Absolutely.
marriage is and that we look for. We don't want to be no robots. We like to be loved on too.
Yes, absolutely.
and,
Absolutely.
and you know what? When it comes to that, what you just reminded me of, Bo, is the coming home. And when as soon as you walk in, you got a bunch of I had a multitude of kids running to me. I got
uh-huh.
5 kids. With my ex-wife. So I got them coming to me like, daddy, daddy, daddy. It's like, whoa,
Yeah,
okay, whoa, 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 and the feeling of coming home to somebody that wants you there,
Come
right?
on.
yeah,
Come
And
on.
and the whole thing about us not wanting to be happy, or we just want to just be service minded all the time. No, I don't. I want to be loved on. I want the kids to be
yeah,
crawling all over me. I want
yeah,
it. It was
Yeah.
just, man, just I wish I could go back to those days, where you sit down on the couch and you just got kids all piled on you. You just watch the
Boy.
TV, man, and they were
yeah,
all young ones,
Boy.
right? But it's like we've gotten to this point in our day and time where we got this man versus woman thing so bad, you know, and yeah, we can find fault in each other all day long. Hell, I do it, people on the internet, we all do it, you know. But the thing is, at the end of the day, I think that happiness is what everybody wants to achieve. But
Yes.
yes,
my happiness is nobody's responsibility but mine.
There you
Her
go.
happiness is her responsibility. Now, what we're responsible for is finding people that are happy, not these angry jokers out here. We need to be
yeah,
hooking up with
yeah,
people
yeah,
that get these beautiful spirits. We keep looking at the outer beauty when that inner beauty need to match that outer beauty as well. You know,
yeah,
and it's so fun to be around somebody, man, that's carefree, that's loving, because I think one of the things that I found out as an adult man, one of the biggest lies were that women were compassionate, kind, caring, just because they're just women. That's just their nature. Nah,
Right.
if they didn't grow up that way,
Right.
if they didn't have that loving, kind, compassionate, affectionate upbringing, what is that? What was that song? Is that says you can't give what you never had. You
oh
can't
yeah,
give what you never had.
yeah.
Hey, if you
Earth,
ain't never
Wind, and
had those
Fire.
things,
Yeah,
you can't give
yeah,
it. I mean, and it's like I don't ever want to go through a situation like that again, being with somebody that you have to teach these things to.
yeah,
You don't, and it's like, okay, and they talk about men not being emotionally intelligent, but I think most men on average, we're more emotionally intelligent than women, for the simple fact that women are emotional, more emotional than we are. And we have to, there's a balance that we have to have. Okay, we got to set boundaries, but I have to take her feelings into to play.
Listen.
I have to always realize I may be speaking from a logical standpoint, but when people are in their feelings, I feel like this when we know something is right or wrong. but they feel like it's right or wrong. So it's always
Yeah.
a battle between logic and emotion. So men have this tightrope that we got to walk because we don't want to come off like the drill sergeant. We
Or
want to come off as loving and
insensitive.
understanding. Yep, we want to be sensitive, but we can't be too sensitive now.
Yeah.
You can't be
Don't
too
be
sensitive.
zesty.
Right, there you go. So, but we don't want to be too hard because now we're controlling, abusive, and all these other things. So there's this fine line that we have to walk. And 1 minute, this woman may be loving, kind, and compassionate. Oh shit, something happened with her girlfriend over here. Now you got to pay for what this woman's boyfriend did to her. Like I'm like, what do I got to do with this? I ain't even
right.
So I think men, I think we've got this bad rap for not being emotionally available when all the time we're always considerate of a woman's emotions. We just take ours and just throw it to the side and be like, hey, it's all about you. What's up?
Yeah, we do that. Yeah, that's one of the
And
things we do. We fall on the sword a lot of times.
Huh?
Yeah, we will fall on the sword a lot of times. We will self-sacrifice.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think that's a bad thing, bro. I think that's horrible that we don't speak up for ourselves a lot of times because I keep hearing about how unhappy women are in marriages. I'm like, do you really think that most men are truly, truly happy in a lot of these marriages? Because I know for one, I've spoken to a lot of married dudes, and overall, they were like, man, it's
I
like,
go
no, you're
along
supposed to
to
be
get
excited
along.
about excited about your marriage.
You hear that?
Huh?
They say they go along to get along.
They go along to get along.
That's what I hear a lot. Hey, man, go along to get along, man. Just, hey. And, and what you were saying that, man, I was looking at something this pastor was talking. He was saying that women are emotional. So when they want to have a conversation with you, they always say, I feel, instead of like, this is what's happening, or this is what I think. But I feel like you are, and we go, you know what? This is what I found out. This is what I think. You know what I'm saying? Because we're the logical. But every time they come, they never come with they always start with, I feel. I'm like, damn, I never thought about that until you said. I said, it makes sense. Because every deep conversation, a hard conversation I had, it was like, I feel like you're not hearing me. I feel like you don't pay attention to me. I feel like I'm not bashing, but this is what women do.
No.
And we always come to the table like, well, what happened was this is what you did. This is what I saw. This was the repercussion of what it was. That's why you feel like you feel. So it's like, damn. So, when you said that, I said, damn, that video I saw prompted me to say that. It's like, okay. So, ladies.
And it's not a bad thing. We're just different.
No, it's not a bad thing at all.
Yeah, we're just different. We're different. And different. And sometimes men are too logical. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I know I am.
Yeah, and I am too.
It got to make sense.
It has to make sense.
It got to make sense. A lot of times.
Hey, look, it's like I'm doing my calculations on, how do I need it? What will it do for me? What's my benefits and all this other stuff? As opposed to, you know what, I want it and I'm getting it. It has to make sense to me on why I want a thing or why it's something important. And sometimes you just need to go with the flow.
Yeah. And sometimes I have to comprehend because some things are said to me that I may not grasp automatically. So some women get, what did you not get what I said? Hold on, let me process this thing for a minute because you saying in one way, it didn't compute with me. So I have to make a compute. And I repeat what you said and say, so is this what you're feeling? This is what you mean? So ladies, give us the opportunity sometimes to digest what it is that you're telling us as men. Because sometimes, like me, I don't comprehend right off the bat. You've been said something, I go, oh. And I pause for a minute. I pause for a reason because my mind is going, oh, that's what she meant. Oh, that's what she said. I didn't quite get that before. I get it now.
Yeah, because it's not delivered the way it can fall on good ground sometimes from the women because it's delivered emotionally. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
exactly.
It's
Yeah.
delivered like, and we can be like, hold on. And we're not gonna receive it. You know what I'm saying? But if it's delivered, just notice the way the message is delivered from a woman sometimes. If she, well, babe, this, we gonna be like, damn, okay. All right, we receptive. But when they come at us like, it's like they could be right. They could be 100% right
Yeah.
in what they saying, but that delivery is gonna cause them. Hey man, go on with it. I want to. What? Who you yelling at? You know, tone that down. You know, that's
Yeah.
gonna. But they have to understand the power that they have as women when it comes to being a nurturer. At times we need that nurture. So you got to check your delivery, women. You got to check that delivery when you want to get your point across and it's important to you. Think about how you're going to deliver that message to get it received. Because I know that I have a alpha. I mean a strong alpha woman, but she's soft and supple because I've expressed to her delivery gonna get her what he want, get her what she wants most of the time when she's trying to deliver that message, and it clicked for her. She
Yeah.
don't have to be rah rah with me because I got her best interest. I got our best interest at heart.
All right. Yes, sir.
You know, so a lot of times, you know, that's why men might go into that robot stage because we be like, shh, here we go with this again, and that's
Yep,
what
you
they
tuning
think.
her out.
Yeah, toning
Yeah.
her out.
On and
You
out.
know,
Yep. There you
toning her
go.
out. So they that delivery and that nurturing that they can deliver to us, we go run through a brick wall. You know what I'm saying? You
Hmm.
know, on certain stuff like, dang, baby, I want to blah 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 blah. You know, do this, do that, and you would be like, damn, for real, man, okay. That touch, you know, we go try to make something happen, or we adjust accordingly. But when you come with us with confrontation, because that's as men, that's one of the things that we are. We protectors and providers. We can protect. And when you come confrontational, that's just gonna trigger that 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 inherent reaction to be, defensive or protective. Confrontate. Hey, somebody come up to you in the street like, hey man, fuck you talking to? And that
Hmm.
delivery. Or if the brother came up to, hey brother, you parked in my spot, and I'm supposed to. Oh, my bad, dog. I can do that. Let me move out and I'll switch with
There
you.
you go.
We're gonna be cooperative,
Yeah.
It's not
So
what you say, it's how you say it.
How you
yeah.
say it? Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, there you go. There you go. What you say is how you say it. And like you say, we tone them out. That's what they think, like, nah, I'm not gonna be nobody's robot. I'm not gonna be nobody's just unhappy in our marriage because I think marriage is a two-way street. We chose each other. We chose each other for this path. You gonna make me happy, I'm gonna make you happy. We gonna make each other happy, and that's the contract of this thing we have. We gonna move like that, and I don't think no man, me personally, I don't think no man should be married and he's not happy, or in a relationship with a woman and he's not happy. I don't think no woman should be unhappy in a situation
Right.
with a man. I think
Yeah.
marriage is a beautiful thing. I love black love, and I love to see it, and I love to see us, in union with beautiful, loving black women as black men, and helping us reach our full potential as gods on this planet. And I just love black love when it's done right. And
No
if a
doubt.
man is if a man is just being robotic or just like you say not engaged, hey, that ain't no good marriage. That ain't a good situation in my eyes. That's just my
Yeah.
opinion. I don't value, I don't like to hang out with cats that I'll be honest. Back in the day, I probably was because I was one of them. I don't like to hang out with cats that just out here in the streets trying to, that ain't no notch on my belt to get no side pussy. Going fucking with other hoes. You got a whole wife at home and family. Hey man, hey, you trash dude, man. To me
Yeah.
on certain levels, man. If you single, cool. Do your thing because you figuring it out. You find your way. But if you committed to know a woman and you married and you made that value black family. I understand the dynamics of the divine feminine, divine masculine, making that union and creating something beautiful. Hey, don't mess that up by being selfish. And for the women too, don't mess that up by being spoiled and entitled. Uh, that's a team effort. Every you make work to make your mate happy, and he should work to make you happy. I don't think no man or no woman should be unhappy in no marriage. keep dating. Don't get married. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm gonna get off my soapbox, man. I'm about to get into some passion.
Pass the boat.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
No, man, I agree with you 1,000%, man. Because when it boils down to it, happiness is, like I tell people, there's no prize. Man or woman is not the prize, right? The prize is a healthy, happy relationship. We're just
Yes.
participants in the game trying to
Yeah.
achieve a healthy, happy relationship. That's the prize at the end of the day. And if y'all in childbearing age with one another, you want your children to take that legacy that you're giving to them and carry it beyond
Yeah.
your existence.
Yeah.
So
That part.
Absolutely.
I'm not the prize. You're not the prize. We're participants.
Yeah.
The table that we're bringing things to and not bringing things to is the relationship. The prize is a healthy, happy relationship that produces a legacy that lives beyond our existence. We
Oh, that's
want that
awesome.
to be a
Yeah.
bloodline.
Yeah.
We always talking about
Yeah.
generational curses, but I think we
Yeah.
got a bunch of generational bad choices.
Yeah.
So,
That's dope. Yeah. I love that. I love
so
that.
yeah. You know why? Because I done fucked up so many times.
I think we all have, bro.
You know,
Yeah.
hey man, I've been a cheater and a cheated on, the caught and the taught, right?
Yeah.
And I know that once you get into this relationship thing, man, and you have somebody that if you can open up to a person and they got your best interest at heart, she has your best interest, you have her best interest, man, stay there. Don't get out here trying to find something better.
Yeah.
You know what? You probably can. But 9 times out of 10, you probably won't.
Right.
Because
Hey.
you with that new person, you're going to have to go through the trials and tribulations all over. And it's not always the very next person or the second or the third person that you run into.
Right.
You're going to go through a line of people to find somebody else, because now you're going to be tainted a little bit. The next person you might try to mess with is going to be tainted a little bit. So now y'all gotta what sift through each other's garbage
Right.
to find that person inside that you want to be with. And a lot of times, you know what, hey, we're just here for a season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoy them
Okay.
seasons.
Yeah,
Enjoy
we're
them
just here for a
seasons.
season.
Yeah.
And I would like people to realize that, and I want men to start doing better as well in explaining that we are not robots. We're not here just to be service minded. We're here to be loved on. We want affection. We want all these things that really don't cost anything but time. You know, hey, give me some sex. Give me a, give me a whole lot of love, a whole lot of affection, a lot of kindness and compassion. Those things right there will get you a long ways.
Yeah.
And it's hey baby, and it's like the women nowadays, they want to be so hard, right? It's like, I don't need no man. Shorty, we don't need a woman. But guess what? We're here on this planet to be together. We were created to be a union. We were supposed to unite with one another so that we can procreate and make more. That's what he say, be fruitful and multiply.
Yeah.
I think they've done a great job, because I believe in the depopulation agenda. I do believe in it. I think they're trying to depopulate the planet as per Bill Gates' mouth, right? He said it out his mouth.
Yep.
And I think they did a great job with the internet, because the internet is used to spew out hatred. The internet could be a good and a bad thing depending on what kind of information you take in. And I think a lot of these people that spew out the negative stuff, they're so polarizing and they make it look good. They dress up all this negativity and make it beautiful.
Yeah.
And we take it in. Oh, if your man did this, he hates you. He if your woman did this, she hates you. No, how about if your man or woman did this, they made a mistake, they made a bad choice. You know, it's not all about you all the time. Sometimes they just made a bad choice. And I wish we can get over that. I wish we can say, you know what? I'm going to start thinking for myself. I'm not going to let the internet think for me anymore. I'm going to think for myself. And that's what I want all young men and women to do. Think for your damn self. If you want your household to run like a Swiss clock, get together and figure out how it's going to run like a Swiss clock. Now, what I would tell you also is find you some people that's in the position that you want to be in. If you want to be married, go hang around happy married couples.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
No
hang around
doubt.
the people that's doing the things that you want to do.
You want to do.
No
Yeah.
doubt.
You know?
For sure.
So my thing is, at the end of the day, men want happiness and men want happy women. And I think that we should be checking on each other's mental well-being on a regular basis to see, oh, baby, how you doing today? You know, hey, I see you busting your ass over here. You know, I just wanted to, you know, stop, say I love you the whole 9 yards. And, yo, is there anything you need from me?
And listen, that goes a long way.
Yeah.
That goes an absolute long way.
So,
Brother
fellas,
Will?
Wrap this
we're
up.
going to wrap this one up. Who want to have the last word?
Bo, you know. Go, Bo, go.
Oh, man. Hey, y'all had me on my soapbox already, man.
No, well, then get back on it, Pastor.
He got not Pastor.
But no, on the real, good people out here in this world, man. Happiness starts with you, within. No other person can make you happy but yourself. So being in a relationship, don't look for your lady or your man to make you happy. They should have some happiness within them so when y'all get together, y'all can continue to be happy with one another. And that's from the God himself, you know. So be happy. Learn yourself, know yourself. So when you get with that person, you ain't got to worry about if that person making you happy because you already are happy. So come together and continue being happy with one another. Do happy things together with one another. If she likes to go out and do the club, go with her. If he likes to go out and shoot ball, go support him. If he likes to go bowling or something, go with him. Whatever y'all like doing individually, try doing it with one another. But you got to be happy on your own and bring it to the, as they say, to the table. So both of y'all are happy. Y'all come together. Continue to be happy. That's my last word.
All right, ditto. Great last word, Brother Will.
All right. Well, so brothers and sisters out there, would you like, share, subscribe, and please comment? And if you got anything that you want us to discuss, talk about, or just basically give our perspective on, please hit us up and let us know.